Before this begins, I'd like to inform you I'll most likely be doing KR giveaways in my future videos. More details in my next video, but it's looking at somewhere around 50,000 KR. When you're practicing doing 360s, you should try and practice both spinning and killing people separately. You can practice in both at the same time, but it will be harder. To practice spinning, you should try and use the shotgun and do 360s. You do get less points for it, but doing it with the shotgun makes it so much more forgiving and easy. Also, beginner mistake, don't overdo spins. This is a common mistake I see all the time. Make sure you're only doing one rotation. This might take a while to get used to, so use the shotgun and join a game with a bunch of guests. And when you're good enough at spinning so you don't need to practice anymore with the shotgun, just stop using it. It may seem like an easy crutch, but it serves more as a liability once you get better. To practice killing, just practice quickscoping. If you're already a really good player, you probably don't need to practice at all, but if you're not a god tier player, you should just practice on your quickscoping. Also, people will accuse you of hacking a lot, more so than if you're just really good at the game. This is most likely because of how obscure of a skill doing 360s is. Settings, even when doing 360s, are pretty preference based. You really shouldn't copy my settings. If you're going to do 360s, mostly just stick with what you have. But I'm still going to show you what I use and what I would recommend. For FOV, you should probably have full FOV. I mean, they're possible without it, but it does make seeing things a lot easier. Weapon bobbing I would highly recommend being at 0. You can use your gun as a tool for aiming when you're jumping around. Even at a very low magnitude, your gun does kind of go crazy. Your sensitivity should be based around how far you need to flick your mouse in order to do a full spin. I have mine at 2.8 with my DPI being 1600, but your DPI might be different, so you need to adjust it, and you may just not like it in general. And here are the rest of my personal settings if you care. If you think you should be getting points for 360s but you're not, your problem is most likely one of these 3 common issues. You're using client. Although 360s do work in the client version 1.6, they're for some reason much harder and I don't know why. You're not shooting fast enough. The time frame for 360s is roughly 1 second. To get the points you need to finish your spin and kill within this time frame. You're not doing a full 360 degree spin. This red line will indicate where my initial spin point is. When I spin, I don't do a full 360 degrees. This will result in me not getting points. If your target doesn't pass where this imaginary red line is, you can move back after you pass it, but you just have to do it within the time frame. There's also someone else who did a video on how to do 360s in Krunker. It's not really very good.
So let's say it's an actual person. You can actually hit him.
Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see it anyway.